Hi dear friends, I'm Anar Abbasov and I am an English instructor. I'm welcoming you on my YouTube channel just to give you a short notice that I will be preparing videos to teach you English. It will be a good opportunity for those who cannot afford to pay to come to the courses or to go to the classes. And each of the time in each of my videos I will be explaining English grammar. In this video I will talk and I will teach you simple present and simple past. Let's see first of all what simple present is. We use simple present for actions that happen in general, that happen every day, every week, every month, every year, and so on. Things in simple present are true for always. Let's use a sample. For instance, I go to school. When I say this, I mean I go to school every day, or I go to university. Okay, same. I don't only mean today or any other time, but in general. Similarly, I go to work. It means I have a job somewhere and I go to my work every day. Another point to mention here is that we use adverbs of frequency with simple present. Those are often, sometimes, usually, and so on. Let's use one of them in a sentence. I sometimes visit my grandmother. As you see, we used simple present with an adverb of frequency. Another point I have to mention here that the adverbs of frequency come before the main verb. Let me give you another sentence and explain it to you. I never go to my uncle's. As you see, never, which is an adverb of frequency, came before the main verb go. I never go to my uncle's. So, when we make the question a negative of simple present, we use do or does. For negatives, don't or doesn't. You know, we have subject pronouns I, you, he, she, it, we, you, they. Only with he, she, and it we use does or doesn't. With the remaining subject pronouns we use do or don't. Let's make a question of a sentence that I used before. I go to school. Do I go to school? So we add do before the subject pronoun. Do I go to school? For he, she, or it, let's use another sentence. Does she go to work? As you see, we used does before the subject pronoun. And for the negatives of the sentences in simple present, we use don't or doesn't. Similarly, I do not go to school, or she does not go to school. Same the negative of the auxiliary verb comes before the main verb. As you see in the negative sentences, don't or doesn't come after the subject pronouns. I do not or I don't go. I, which is subject pronouns, then don't. Similarly, she doesn't. She, subject pronoun, and doesn't later. She does not go to school. This is all about the simple present for now. Let's now talk about simple past. Now let's learn the simple past tense. Simple past is about the actions that happened and finished in the past. To form the sentences in simple past, we need to use two types of verbs, regular and irregular verbs. For regular verbs, we simply add ed to the end of verbs. For instance, talk, talked, stop, stopped, stay, stayed. A sentence: I stayed in a hotel. I stopped the car. Irregular verbs change from the root. We have the schedule of irregular verbs, just need to learn them by heart. Let me give you a sample sentence with irregular verb. Break, broke. I broke the glass. I broke the window. As you see, in both sentences, the verb in simple past comes after subject pronoun. I broke. She drank. He flew. And so on. To make negatives of the sentences in simple past, we use did. So the format, the structure is like this. Did, which is an auxiliary verb, comes first. Then we have the subject pronoun, and after we have base format of the verb. For instance, did I go to school? Did she drive back home? For the question sentences, sometimes we also use question words like where, which, what. Let's use another sentence using one of the question words. Where did she travel in summer? as you see, we have the question word where, then we have did, which is an auxiliary verb in simple past, then we have subject pronoun, and after we have verb in base format. For the negatives of the sentences in simple past, we use did not or simply didn't. Didn't comes after the subject pronouns and before the base verb. I did not. I didn't go to school. She didn't drive the car. As you see, guys, we learned about the simple present and simple past. So to summarize, simple present is about the actions that happen in general, every day, every week, every month. But simple past is only used for actions that happened in the past and finished. Two sentences to compare the two tenses. I go to school every year. This is for present simple. Now for simple past. I went to high school last year. As you see, in the first sentence, the action keeps continuing every year. Every year I go to school. But in the second sentence, in simple past, I say, last year I went to high school. Maybe this year I will not go to school anymore. I will go to university. This rule applies for all of the sentences, and try to use some other sentences in these tenses, applying the same grammar. Thank you guys for watching. I hope it was a useful video, but don't forget, it's not always enough to listen or to read. You have to practice, practice, and practice. I hope you guys have a good day. I will see you in my next video. Bye.